Hello students and welcome to your English lesson. In today's video, we shall be doing chapter 3.5 in your textbook from the writing skills, that is film review. Now let us understand what is a film review. A film review is a popular way for critics to assess a film's overall quality and determine whether or not they think the film is worth recommending. So when you write a film review, you have to give an understanding of what the film is all about. What is the quality of story, the characters, the pictures, the camera work, the music, what all is shown in the film, how well is it done. So all those things you have to write in a film review. So it is a way for people to understand whether the film is worth watching or it is just a waste of time. Okay, so it is just like after you finish watching a movie, a film, and when you come out of the theater, you of course discuss with your friends, family, etc., of what the film was all about. What are the things that you liked? What are the things you disliked? What are the things that the director should have focused on? So all of these things is nothing but your film review. But this film review, which is in your writing skill, which is a part of your writing skill, is much in detail, and what you have to do and how you have to write this film review is what we are going to learn in today's video. Now, in order to write a film review, we must know how to write a film review. Writing a film review requires time and proper organization. When you sit down and you want to write certain things about a film, you require proper time, and also you need to require the organization of all the matter or information that you have got about the film. The main purpose of a film review is to inform the reader about the film and its idea. So, why do you actually write a review? Is to give the reader, a person who is reading the review, an idea of how the film is, what the film is about, and what is the idea that is showcased in the film. There is a need of unbiased and objective approach. Now when you're writing a film, it's not just because you did not like the actor or the actress, you just go on criticizing the film. It has to be unbiased. It should not be biased because you dislike someone or you like someone in the film, and so you write your review according to that. You have to be fair when you write the review. The review determines whether someone will want to see the film. So your review holds a very important position because that will help a person after reading the review to decide whether he or she should go and watch the film. So it means film review should be detailed enough. Okay, you have to give proper details of the actor, of the plot, of the location, of the characters, of the music, all of these aspects in your review. You can either appreciate or criticize the film. Okay, you cannot do both of them, and you cannot talk about this, like you cannot sit on the fence and be on this side and that side as well. You have to either appreciate the film or criticize the film and give the reasons accordingly as to why you appreciate the film or why you criticize the film. Now let us look at some steps to write a film review. Okay, so for every writing skill, you have a format, you have steps that you need to follow in order to write the writing skill. So when you want to write a film review, there are certain steps that you need to follow. There are three major steps actually. So the first step is, before watching the movie, make a study. Okay, you have to make a study. Now you have to write a review, but for writing a review, you have to make a study of few things before you start writing the review. Now, what are the few things that you need to understand before writing the review? What are the few things that you need to study before writing the review? The first thing is the relevance of the title. Any movie is known by its title. Okay, so how relevant is the title to the given movie or the given film, that you have to discuss. So first you have to identify, you have to make a study of why the director or the producer has chosen this particular name as the title of the film. Then you have to also make a study of when the film was released, the year of release, and if it is not a new movie, then you have to talk about it. If it is a new movie, then certainly everybody knows when it was done. And the names of script writer, producer, director, characters, music director, etc. So all these things you have to make a study of well in advance before you start writing the review. Because in your review, you will include these names as to who is the script writer, who is the producer, who is the director, who are the characters, who is the music director, because these all people play a very important role in molding a movie or in molding a film, in making a film. Okay, so hence their name is very very important. And the next thing that you need to make a study of in advance is the genre of the film, like what type of a film it is. Is it a thriller? Is it a suspense? Is it a crime movie? Is it a romantic movie? Is it a comedy movie? So what kind of movie is it? What type of film is it? Which genre has the movie or the film portrayed in the film is what you have to study. So first step of you writing a film review would be that you make a thorough study of these four things. That is the relevance of the title of the film, the year of release if it is not a new movie, the name of all the important people, okay, who have contributed in making the film, and the fourth thing is the genre, that is which type of film it is. So that is your first step. The second step is while watching the movie. Now, this you have found out in advance. Now what you do is you take up the movie and you start watching it. Now while watching the movie, what are the various things that you will take note of? That is, watch the movie attentively. Okay, you are going to write a review about that movie. Hence, you need to watch the entire movie right from the start till the end in a very attentive manner, because each and every minute incident in the movie, in the film, has to be noted by you, has to be mentioned in your review if it is important or not. So that is why you have to watch the movie very very carefully. You have to watch it attentively, and if you don't understand it once, then maybe you can watch it twice or thrice, as many as time required to understand the entire idea behind the film. Now, second thing, when you're watching the movie, what are the things that you will do? You will take notes about major and minor events. Like, what are the major events in the movie? What are the minor events in the movie? Events means the scenes. Okay, there are some scenes which work as climax. Okay, so those scenes you have to understand, and you have to take note of like what happened in the movie which gave it the turn that the movie took later in the second half of the movie or the film. So those things you have to take note of. You have to also take note of the acting, of cinematography, of locations, of plot, of characters, the moral that the movie gives you, the music that is used in the movie, direction, set designs, background music, sound, recording quality, message, etc. Okay, so all of these things are very very important. Now when I say cinematography, what is cinematography? Cinematography comprises all on-screen visual elements, like whatever visual elements you see on the screen, including the lighting, the framing, the composition, the camera motion, the camera angles, then the film selection, the lens choices, how every particular place is zoomed in or out, what is the focus that is laid by the cameraman, what is the color exposure. Like the film Bahubali would be the best example of the best cinematography that it has given to the film industry, because we have seen the use of all these aspects very very clearly and very very well done in this movie. Okay, so these, like that, there are so many other movies which have such kind of aspects portrayed very clearly and very distinctively, and so those things should be noted by you when you are writing the film review. The next is the third step. Okay, so the first step was before watching the movie, what you have to do. Then, while watching the movie, what you will do first, of course, you will watch it attentively. And when you're watching it attentively, you will take notes of all these points. And after you finish watching the movie, what you'll do is you will choose an appropriate format for review writing. Like there should be a format, like every writing skill has a format. So, similarly, film review also has a format in which you will write your review. Then you will organize a sequence of events commented on according to their importance. Like what do you think? Should you comment, or you should write about what are the major actors, what are the major music that is being portrayed, or what are the major sound or locations that the music highlights. So should you put those things first? Should you put the characters, the acting later on? Should you put the major scenes or the climax in the beginning, or the set designs? All these things you have to organize. Okay, you have to organize a sequence in which you are going to write about the various events in the movie, okay, in the film. Then you will make sure of proper language and vocabulary. Of course, you cannot use very incorrect language, incorrect grammar, or you cannot criticize, or you cannot use abusive language. You cannot use language which might insult the film. Of course, you, if you don't like the film, you can write it that way, okay, that this was not done very well, or something like that. So there is a particular way, a proper language in which you can either appreciate the film or criticize the film. So you have to make use of proper language and proper words, and do the actual writing of the report. Or you can type the report, or you have to edit the report, you have to proofread the report, you have to re-edit. Okay, if you've written the first draft, then you have to read it, understand whatever mistakes you have made, and you can rewrite the report again, and then make a final presentation of what you want to present in your film review. So these are the four steps that you will write in your film review after you finish watching the movie, which you have already done thoroughly in step 2. Okay, so let us revise the four things that you will do in step 3, that is after watching the movie, when it comes to actual writing the review. First, have a proper format. Second, organize the sequence of events in which you're going to write the review. Then use proper language and vocabulary. And after you write the first draft, proofread it, read it again, and edit some things if you want to change them, and make a final presentation. So I hope you have understood the 3 steps. Now, some important steps for writing a film review also might include watch it more than once. Of course, okay, if you cannot watch the movie once and then write a review, you have to watch it more than once to get a proper idea of all the aspects that we just discussed. Then carry out a thorough research. Okay, who is the director and as to why he has done. Okay, like for example, films which are based on real life people like Padmavati or Dangal or all of these things. So have a proper research as to the has the director or the producer done justice to the film and its actual story or the characters. Then analyze the movie after you watch it. Okay, maybe discuss with someone. Then write a rough sketch of the movie, and then you have to finalize it. Now, when you want to organize your film review, like I said, you have to organize the sequence of events that you're going to talk about in your review. So, how will you organize your film review? First, you will write the introduction. Of course, you start a review by writing the introduction. You start, for that matter, any writing skill by writing the introduction. Okay, so you will write down the introduction, then you write down the summary of the story, like what the storyline is all about in the film. You will then include the small elements in the film, and then you will have a part of conclusion, that is, you will conclude the review in a very organized manner, wherein with the conclusion the reader will understand as to what you have actually written in your review. So like I told you, you have to use proper language while writing the film review, and see that you do not use language which can cause harm to the person who is reading the review, and then change his outlook towards a particular film. Okay, now here is a sample question of film review. Like you might get such kind of a question, okay, in your exam when it comes to the question for film review writing skill. Like write a review on any film that you have recently seen based on the following points. So they will not name a particular movie or the film, they will ask you to choose anyone which you have seen in a recent time. So what are the various aspects that you will cover? Like I told you, there should be a format, right? So this can be the format that you can use in order to write your review. That is, you will start by the introduction by writing the names of the characters, the director. Then you write about what the story is all about, why you like the film or why you dislike the film. Then what are the special features, what are the different aspects, what are something new things that the director has done in this film which has not been done in other films. Then how is the music, songs, action. And then you write the conflict, if there is any conflict that is shown in the movie, then that you can write. And last, you can write down the message that the movie sends out. Okay, so here is a sample of one of the movie, okay, which we all are very well aware about. that is Tare Zameen Par, okay, movie review. So this is how you will write the movie review, where you will start by telling them what the movie is all about. It's about an 8-year-old child, Ishan Avasti, okay. And so in just one or two sentences, you will write the entire story of the movie. So you don't have to do it in a very detailed manner, but in a very short way, you can discuss what the story of the movie is all about. Then you talk about the various things that the movie portrays, the message to the society, like in this film. Then you talk about the director, okay, how he has portrayed all of these things. And then you talk about the characters, how they have made justice to the character that they have played in that particular movie. And then last, of course, the cinematography, like I told you, and the songs, etc., can be spoken about. So I hope you have understood. Just before this, I would also like to um, show you that is another way of how, see, okay, this is the way, like, your film review can be identified, like it can be marked in this manner. Okay, so just look at it. It is of course for 4 marks. So presentation of the theme, like how do you present the entire review. Then what are the novel aspects, the new aspects that you have noted down and you are talking about in the review, and your overall presentation. So such kind of it. Now if I say, if it is a review, it can be, not, don't always expect that it will be a film review. It can be also sometimes a review of a book, of a magazine article, or anything. So these kind of questions you can expect. So as a part of the child film festival, your college has arranged screening of some films, so you have to write the review. So they have already given you the points, and with the help of these points, then you will write the review. So title of the film and its importance, then the star cast, okay, the characters, the actors, then the central idea of the film, okay, what the film is actually about, then the performance by the actors, how they have made justice to the characters that they have played, then the protagonist, like the main character of the film, you will talk about, then the message which is given in the film, and your opinion or recommendation, whether you liked the film or you did not like the film, that you will write at the end. So like this, they will give you certain points, and they will then tell you as to what you are actually expected to write in your review. So you don't have to worry about something. Just prepare for at least one or two films or movies, of which you can write a proper review based on the points that will be provided to you in your questions. So this is how you write for films. Now you can also get a question about writing a review for a book. Okay, so when you're writing a review of a book, then there are these four aspects. There is a title of the book again. Okay, title is very important because that is what tells you what the book is all about. Okay, so the title is the face of the book. So you have to write about the title, how relevant it is to the story in the book. Then you'll of course write about the subject, the story, the information that the book gives you, in the language that the writer has used, the style, the presentation, and last, what is the benefit of reading this book, or what is the message that you get after reading that particular book, is what you will write in a review. Okay. Then there can be also a review on YouTube, a YouTube video. Okay, so they will give you what YouTube video you'll have seen, like for example, interesting places to visit. So if you have seen this YouTube video, then you have to write a review of this video. Okay, so what you write, like type of or the purpose of the video. So what type of video? This is an informative video, or this is an adventurous video. This is a what motivational video. So that, what kind of video is that you will write, the purpose of the video, like why the person has made that video. Then the content presentation and organization of the video, like how he has presented the content in the video, how he has organized all these information. Then video presentation and graphics that he has used in the video. And last, again, the benefits of the message that you get from the particular video. Okay, so that is the again review again, but about a YouTube video that you have watched. Then the next video type review can be also about a famous magazine. Okay, so again you will write a review of this magazine on based on these points. Okay, that is the title of the magazine, the subject and content, like what kind of content is there in this particular. Some magazines are about business, some magazines are about fashion, some magazines are about food, some magazines are, so every magazine has a particular theme or the subject content that it contains. So that you are going to speak about the language and the style presentation, and of course the special features or the attractions in the magazine. So all of these are the various points which can be a part of your review. So don't expect only to have a review of a film. You might get a review of of a book or of a YouTube video or of a magazine. A review is basically an information that you portray of what you have seen or read in a particular video or a particular book that you have read. Okay, so that is all you have to write. Okay, so hence prepare at least one of each, so that if in case any of these is asked, then you are well prepared in advance and you can write the review in a very smooth manner. Okay, so with this I end my video, and thank you my dear students for watching. Please go through this video again and again and take notes of the format, and for sample you can write this movie review, film review in your notebook, or if you want to write about some other movie, then you can take help of these steps, okay, this format, and write the review in your notebook so as to understand how well you can write a review if you have it in your if you want, like, if you get it in your paper, so what kind of review will you write? So this is the best way to have one sample review in your notebook. So all of you have to write at least one film review in your English notebook with the format mentioned. Okay. So I hope it's very clear to all of you. If you have any doubts, please do message. Other than that, thank you and have a nice day.